What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. This is the Memphis League Challenge round number 5. And on the left, we once again have Brandon. I know we saw Brandon 3 times in a row, but this is the last round. Whoever wins is actually advancing. Is actually probably going to win the whole tournament, right? I think Brandon at this point is 4-0, and on the right we have Taylor Mitchell, who is 3-0-1. So these players, like Taylor, can't ID because she tied one round. Unfortunately, like if they're both 4-0, they could just like ID and guarantee the first, second place. But unfortunately, this cannot happen. So we see Taylor on the right. We start in round number 2, maybe. Did we see Taylor play this? I think we saw Taylor play round number 2, right, with the Greninja deck. And yeah, she beat Vlad. There we go. And so we know Brandon is playing the Dark deck versus the Greninja deck, and we know Brandon actually took a donk against this at round number 3. So we'll see finally we'll see a Greninja versus a Dark matchup, and can Brandon actually take down this Greninja deck or not? I know it's a different player, but hey, who cares? Alright, so see Taylor. She's gonna get down 2 Froakies to turn 1, which is fantastic, preventing you from getting donked if Brandon has like a Max Elixir, Dark Energy, Switch, or Flowstone kind of play. So, what else does Taylor have? Looks like she has a Water Energy. She has maybe an N. So, both players are going to shuffle and get 6 new cards. Now, sometimes the bad thing about playing in is you can draw to like multiple Frogadiers, like 3 or 4, but right now Taylor has 2 Froakies down, so that wouldn't be too bad if that did happen. She can down Frogadier for the following turn, even if she did draw to 2, so it's not too bad, I guess, with 2 Froakies down. Alright, so both players are going to shuffle up and get 6 new cards, and what can either play fine? I'm not sure. Oh man, it's been so long since I recorded round number 2, I can't remember exactly what's in Taylor's deck, but we'll find out here for sure in a second. So, I mean, I doubt Taylor attaches the energies, right? You just kind of pass. We know Brandon plays those Crush Nammers, so really don't want to give him a free way to discard those energies. So on Brandon's turn, he has a DC. He could attach it to the active and start going for like the turn 2, like Yveltal. He has Zoroark as well, but that's not enough. Like, I don't think Zoroark's gonna really swing for 170 against Greninja. There's not enough Pokemon to be put down. So he's got a DC. He can put in the. Oh, he's actually gonna attach to the bench. And there's an escaper. We're gonna send the active, and he's actually gonna Dark Pulse for 20 this turn. Just try to do some damage. And we see Sycamore going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Alrighty, let's see, can Brandon find some Max Elixirs? That can make him do some more damage. Okay, so does he find double Max Elixir? If he does find double Max Elixir, he can actually take a knockout on this Froakie. I see a Trainer's Mail, look at top cards of his deck. There's a Light Center, Dark, Ultra Ball, and a VS Seeker. Probably grab the Ultra Ball to grab Shaman and set up for some more, which I know like putting down Shaman is really bad against Greninja, right? But we know Brandon plays those Parallel Cities, so he could bump those Shamans off his field at one point in the game. So he discards Enhanced Hammer and a Dark Energy. Enhanced Hammer really not that useful. I mean, it could discard Splash Energies, but I wonder if Brandon knows that Taylor plays those Splash Energies. That could be nothing as well. He doesn't know. He's gonna grab a Zor, which I don't know if I agree with the Zor. Like I said earlier, Mind Jack's really not that strong. Like, she's not gonna have that many bench Pokemon. You're not gonna do a ton of damage. You're not gonna take a knockout on this Pokemon. I guess it's a 90x attacker, so maybe not too bad. But like I said, I think I'd rather like go for Shaman, set up, try to play some Max Elixirs, and try to get a knockout on this Frogadier because, yeah, I think you want to try to take knockouts ASAP. Alright, so Brandon's going to give a good old shuffle. He does play Hex Maniac as well, so maybe he can chain the Hex Maniac loops for a couple turns, but then it's still like really bad for you. So, alright, so we'll see. Maybe Brandon's going to Dark Pulse for 20 at least. Unless he gets a Fighting Free Belt, then he can hit for 30. Maybe Reverse Valley for 40. But no, it looks like you're just going to have a DC. We'll see Dark Pulse for just 20 damage, unfortunately. Alright, so on Taylor's turn, does she find a Frogadier to get that Water Duplitz going? Okay. So, let's see. Will we see a Frogadier? I see a Dive Ball, so she will search her deck for a Water Pokemon. I imagine she will grab a Frogadier and use that Water Duplitz. But how many Frogadiers are prized in Taylor's deck? I mean, in her prize cards. So we see a Frogadier coming down. Okay. And does she have a Water Energy or not? Looks like she's gonna look through her deck to see what's all in there. Alright, so I'm gonna get a good little shuffle right now. And most likely we'll see a Water Duplitz. Like, unless she has like multiple frogs in her hand, then you probably in, so you get them out of your hand. But like I said earlier, she could just bench on the bench one, so we see a Water Energy go to the active, and we will see a Water Duplitz. Let's see. So yeah, Water Duplitz is gonna search for some frogs for sure. So 1 frog coming down. How many frogs or prize? There's another frog coming down as well. And does she have the fourth frog? And yep, she gets all four of the Frogadiers out of play, which is not good for Brandon. That's something he does not want to see. You're at least hoping that your opponent prizes at least one Frogadier, just give you somewhat an advantage. But when you have all four turn 2, you're just kind of scared. So see if Fighting Frog going to the active. He could attach a Dark to the bitch Yveltal, maybe to the Zora. I think you go with Yveltal, yeah. But no, you go put the Zora, Yveltal, Sycamore, going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. So right now he's doing 20, 40, 50. So we'll knock out the active Frogadier, which is fantastic, of course. Like, you want to take knockouts ASAP. But then Greninja comes down, and then how do you knock out this Greninja? Like, the damage, like, the HP increases so much, and that's the big problem for Brandon right now. So, we'll see Dark Pulse for sure for a knockout, but does he have like a Max Elixir? Does he have any more Zoras put down? Maybe a Zoroark. Using a Mind Jack. I mean, Mind Jack could take a knockout, theoretically right now, which I don't know if you want to do that. Looks like he does have a Trainer's Mill. I think I see a Fighting Field as well in his hand. So, yeah, I see a Trainer's Mill, a Fighting Field. I see a DCE, I think. So, there's a Lysander, a Zora, and a Trainer's Mill. He could grab the Lysander just to, like, maybe take a knockout next turn to bring somebody up. Like, maybe take a knockout on one of the Frogadiers that she don't evolve. So we see a Lysander coming down. Okay. And like I said, next turn he can Lysander a Frogadier, take a knock on it if she does not evolve one of those guys on the bench. But he'll have to find the Dark as well, which shouldn't be too hard. I think there was more left in his hand. So see a Lysander go into his hand. Alright, and oh yeah, see a Dark for next turn for sure. So we might see a Fighting from going down when he down to one of the Yveltal EXs. And I know it's hard to see, but there's 2 Yveltal EXs, a Zora with the Dark Energy, Darkrai in the active with the DC, and a Foddy Fury Belt. Okay. So, what Brandon do is he's just going to Evolve Dark Pulse for the knockout, going down to 5 prize scores, so 5 to 6 right now. Now the thing about Brandon, he's going to take like 90 EX knockouts, while Taylor's taking EX knockouts. Which does swing the game eventually. So see Ultra Ball, going to discard 2 cards from Taylor's hand, and most likely going to grab a Greninja. She discards a Talonflame and a Faded Town. Faded Town does help you out against those Megas, but not so much against these EX decks. Alright, so see Ultra Ball, going to grab the Greninja, Water Energy, and an Ant, which is a smart play from Taylor. Like, you want to play Ant, you want to get the Lysander out of Brandon's hand so you can't take a knockout on one of these Frogadiers. Which is great, and I imagine Taylor's looking for more Greninjas. Maybe next turn you try to look for a Greninja break the following turn. I doubt she plays Rough Seas. All these like Greninja decks most likely play like Faded Town to help out against Megas like Mewtwo's and all that kind of good stuff. So we probably won't see any Rough Seas coming down. So both players are going to shuffle. And I imagine Brandon's looking for like some Dark Energies, some Max Elixirs. He needs to get a ton of energies on the board because I'm pretty sure that Greninja has like 130 HP. So it's going to be fairly hard for him to knock out the following turn. Especially right now since he's only swinging for 50. So, Brandon's only going to get 5, Taylor's going to get 6, and we'll see what happens. Can Taylor find another Frogadier? I mean, another Greninja this turn, sorry. And we'll see maybe a Moonlight Slash for 80 damage onto that Darkrai. Alright, so 80 damage coming down. Leaving that Darkrai, what, 140 left? Yeah, 140. Okay, so on to Brandon's turn. He's going to draw. He has a Dark. I see a Sycamore. I see an N. But no Max Elixir right now. But I mean, man, to do 130, you need so many energies on your field with that Darkrai, which is very unfortunate. He does have the Crush Hammer, which doesn't do anything because Taylor picked it up with the Moonlight Slash. It does 60, but then you pick up the energy, you do 20 more damage, which I don't understand why they even made that. Like, that's such a good attack. Like, why would you never not pick up the energy? Unless you had, like, a really, like, full deck and, like, 1 prize card left or something. That could see maybe that way. So, we see a Dark Energy going to Yveltal EX. He could play Sycamore. Looks like he might play the... yeah, gonna play Sycamore. I think playing Sycamore is fine right now. You want to try to get out these Max Elixirs. Even though Dark Pulse will not take a knockout, you need to start doing some heavy damage ASAP. Now, he does hit a Perilous City. He could put it on Taylor's side, making where her frogs do less damage, which I think is actually the correct play. You could put it down to 3, but she's not going to put down any more Pokemon. Like, these are her 4 Pokemon. They're going to be there for the rest of the game. They are not going to change. So I definitely put the red side on your opponent to make it where they do less damage. That 20 damage might be enough to maybe help him out for a little while, but not forever. I imagine Taylor does play multiple stadium cards, or multiple Faded Towns for sure. So let's see, he is going to put down the stadium. Looks like he is eyeballing the stadium. So let's see, which way does he decide to go? Actually, he might not put the stadium all. It looks like he's trying to, and no, he's going to Dark Pulse for 20, 40, 60, 70 damage. Yeah, so 70 damage coming down onto that Greninja, right? 20, 40, 60, yeah, so 70 damage. Alright, so on a Taylor's turn, she has to do 140 damage this turn, which is not too bad. Like Greninja Break, and then Water Shirt, and then Moonlight Slash just takes a knockout. Then she goes down to 4 prize cards. There's a Faded Tail coming down, which if Brandon had put down a Stadium, it would have been automatically countered. So maybe keeping his hand was a smart enough idea. So Greninja coming down, okay. So now Brandon has to worry about 2 Greninjas, and one of them has Free Retreat, okay? So that's not good. That's not good at all. But I imagine if Taylor could find a Greninja Break, she definitely wants to tackle with this active. Like, she wants to... Well, if she finds a Greninja Break, she can Greninja Break this guy, right? Giant Water String at the active, Retreat, and Moonlight Slash with the bench one, which actually saves it from knocked out. So see a Giant Water String and hit the active for 60. We'll see her probably retreat and then go Moonlight Slash that way, just to protect her Greninja Break. I forgot that has free retreat. It's so good. Like, Greninja's so good. So we'll see her Water go to the Greninja. We'll see her retreat, and we'll see Moonlight Slash most likely for 80 damage. She's going to pick the Water in her hand. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, she has to pick the energy up. So via Secret Fort in, going to put Brandon down to 5, Taylor to 6, okay? Which I think is fine, because you're about to take a knockout and going down to 4 prize cards, so you want to play at least an end before you end yourself down to 4. Like, if you want to play the end before you put yourself down to 4 prize cards. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. All right, so see, both players are going to shuffle up, and can Taylor find another Greninja? If he finds another Greninja, I don't know what Brandon can do. I don't know how he can deal with 3 Greninjas, and eventually 3 Greninja breaks. Like, that's so horrible. So Brandon has to find an energy and a Lysander to maybe knock out that Greninja with 7 HP. But it looks, I don't know if he can even do that. So we see a DCE in his hand, 20, 40, 60, 80. 80 is not a knockout. We see the Moonlight Slash. You'll see the other Greninja coming up. And we'll see Moonlight Slash for the knockout, doing 80 damage. And Taylor will go down to 4 prize cards. And man, if you're Brandon's shoes, like, you gotta be thinking, all right, I'm pretty much am in trouble. Like, I gotta hope I just somehow, I don't even know, like, get an Archeops out. Like, your Archeops not even enough. Like, I need to somehow pop down a 1-1 Garbodor and just hope maybe that sticks. But even then, like, 1-1 Garbodor doesn't help too much right now with Greninja just staring at you with so much HP. Alright, so Brandon's gonna look through the discard pile, trying to decide who does he send up. I might send the Zora, but no, I'm gonna send the Yveltal EX, okay? Now, he has a DC in his hand. He can, like, Y-Cyclone, but Y-Cyclone's not enough for a knockout. If he has a Lysander, he could maybe Lysander up a Frogadier, Y-Cycle for a knockout, but then Taylor has the opportunity to get down to another Greninja break, and then Brandon pretty much, like, is in trouble from there, like, for sure. So let's see what Brandon decides to do. He has an Ultra Ball. Now, whatever you do not... Okay, I thought you got an Ultra Ball. Whatever you do not put down a Shaman. As soon as you put down a Shaman, Brandon, like, just almost concedes the game. Like, he's just going to lose if that happens. So, you see a DC in his hand. He can put on the active. Maybe go for Y-Cyclone, like I said. Maybe go for an Evolball. I don't think that... The Evoltal's not going to get knocked out next turn. Like, 6, 12. The max Taylor can do next turn is 100 or 200 damage. So, you see Ultra Ball discarded Delinquent and Azora. And, Brandon, please do not... Whatever you do not get out of Shaman. If you get out of Shaman, I think you lose this game. Because Taylor will most likely get another Greninja breakout this turn. And double Giant Water Skin that guy. And then Moonlight Slash deactive for a ton of damage. It looks like he is going to eyeball. Do not... I know that Shaman looks tempting. I know you want a Shaman instead of against more cards in his hand. But you do not grab the Shaman right now. Like, that is definitely a huge misplay if that's what he does. So we'll see what he decides to do. Does he grab a Zora? Zora actually might be a bad idea because if he puts down Zora, he's actually not going to grab anything, which I think is smart. You don't want to put down the Shaman. And he must have a Sycamore in his hand. Like, he's trying to debate, do I grab anybody? Do I keep it all in my deck? Maybe, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to grab that Shaman. Oh, man, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, man, he's like, what do I do? I just lose, right? Like, if I'm Brandon, I'm definitely like, oh, I lost. Like, there's no way you win right now. Like, I think right now the game is pretty much over. Brandon's not going to be knocking out these Greninjas, especially if he puts down this Shaman. Like, if you put down the Shaman, you're basically, like, giving up the game. Like, I don't know how Brandon, like I said, I don't know how Brandon can win the game if he puts down the Shaman, and Taylor takes immediately knockout on it. Oh, that would not be good. So, we'll see a Shaman. Oh, he is going to Shaman. All right. So, he does have Via Secret, though. So, what Brandon could do... Oh, no. Hold on. It's freezing up, guys. Oh, no. Don't do this. Don't do this, computer. No. I don't know. This is a computer. It might have been my laptop I'm recording. Man. Hold on. Let's see if I can fix it. Alright, so here we go. He put down the Shaman. Gonna set up for 6 new cards. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I guess I gotta close out of some tabs or something. But Shaman, gonna set up, put 6 new cards in his hand. I think it's actually out. I actually recorded this game on my laptop and not my computer, so that's probably Why it did it, I'm not sure. So Su Shame, I'm going to set up for 6 new cards. He does have a Lysander, and he does have the Via Seeker. So what he could do is maybe Via Seeker for Hex, making it where his Shaman and stuff does not get knocked out. But I don't know how long that's going to last him. He does have a Lysander. He can bring up a Frogadier, take a knockout, but then I don't know. I don't know if that's a great play. 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. He still can't even knock out this Greninja Break, unfortunately. Like, man, like I said, if Greninja Break had a little bit less HP, then Brandon might be okay this turn. He does have the Lysander, like I said. He could bring up a Frogadier or the Froakie, maybe soften that Greninja Break even more, but let's see what he decides to do. Does he break the Greninja Break or Frogadier? He's going to bring up the Frogadier, take a knockout, going down to 4 prize cards, but like I said, Taylor can take... if she has Ultra Ball, she's probably grabbing another Greninja Break. We see a Trainer's Mail, look at top cards of his deck. There's a Via Seeker, a Crush Hammer. So he could have maybe gone for the Hex Maniac Chain. I don't know if it would have saved him, but it might have been more effective. Like, just keep Hex Maniacing for a little while, making it where Taylor can't use, like, her Giant Water Shuriken, and she's only, like, can really use a Moonlight Slash for 80 every turn, while you're doing a ton of more damage. Like I said, I don't know if that's actually would save him or not. So is he a Max Looks at the top cards of his deck? Does he find a Dark Energy or not? And, nope, no Dark Energy as well with that Max Elixir. Might have went down to the Yveltal on the bench, just to like Y-Cyclone and save it for later on. Alright, and I mean, if you're like right now, who do you think's gonna win? Like, I'm pretty sure Taylor's got this on lock, right? Like, she has 2 Greninjas, Brandon had just put on a Shaman EX. She's pretty much going to have 2 prize cards next turn. So we'll see maybe an Evolve for a knockout. Yeah, he already attached return. Taylor's like, no, you already attached that. I know you attached that return. So we'll see an Evolve for a knockout. Or I wonder if we go for Evolve or Y-Cyclone. Like, maybe just Evil Ball, because you want to save your energies only active. So that way next turn you can potentially knock out a Greninja Break or a Greninja. So I think Eve Ball might be the correct play right now. Like, if she knocks you out, she knocks you out. Like, you just lose regardless. So yeah, Eve Ball I think is the best play for sure. So Taylor's going to send that Greninja Break with the damage on it, which I think is a fantastic play. Taylor can put down a Greninja Break. She doesn't have to like Ultra Ball for it, but I think you still Ultra Ball right now. In this case, like Brandon, like goes for in next turn, like you want to have a thinner deck. So is he a Burst Mode come down to Greninja Break? Wow. So Greninja, oh my goodness, a Burst Mode come down. Oh man, that makes things scary, okay? So is he a Jirachi coming out from Taylor? Okay, so Jirachi, she could Stardust this turn, but nah, Stardust, no, you're definitely like going for some Moonlight Slash. So is he a Greninja Break, doing that 60. We see a tree from Taylor, probably doing another Giant Water Chicken. So yeah, immediately knock out the Shame. Like I said, I think putting out the Shame was like a huge misplay, and he did put it down. So Taylor would take a free knockout, most likely. Yeah, that's what happened. She took a free knockout. Now, does she have a Fishman? If she Fishman puts some energies back in her hand, that makes things so bad for Brandon. Like, not only does she put more waters in her hand and her deck, she can also Via Stick it for those energies later on if needed. So 1, 2, 3, and does she have a 4th one? She does have a 4th one. I wonder if she has a 5th one. If she has a 5th one, that makes things interesting. Now, I guess you just put the water energy on the active and just go for the Moonlight Slash, just to do 80. I don't know the math. I imagine Taylor knows the math a little bit better. Like, I would just do 80 regardless and just, like, figure out later on what the math is. So is he Ultra discard a Talonflame? And I might actually discard a Water Energy, just so way you can maybe Fishman next turn if needed, but she discards the Froakie and a Talonflame. Might get, I mean, she can't really grab anybody. I doubt she plays any more Pokemon besides the Froakies, the Talonflames, and the Jirachi. If she plays another Pokemon, that'd be very interesting. But I know she does play Remoraid, so Octillery, so she can't search out of Remoraid, so she won't grab anything. Okay? And all it's gonna come down to is, does Brandon have it? And I think he has a Via Sticker, so he can at least end Taylor down to 2 and have a chance. But if Taylor finds some energies, it's pretty much going to be game over for Brandon. So we'll see a Moonlight Slash for 80 damage. And now that Burst Moon as well is just staring at Brandon saying, hey, if you attack me, you're getting bopped for 60. Like, that is not a good thing to see, right? So we see a Reverse Valley in Brandon's hand. Go put that down, making where his dark attacks do 10 more damage. But I don't know how helpful that's going to be. He has 4 prize cards left. Taylor has 2. And yeah, if you're Brandon, do you just pass? Do you end? Do you cry? Like, if I'm Brandon, I'm crying right now because I'm going to lose this game. Man, like I said from the start, the very unfortunate thing is that both these players were, Brandon was 4-0 and Taylor was 301. Yeah, she was 301, so she couldn't ID. Or she'd actually get like third or fourth place. So they had to actually play it out. So see if VS got Brandon's hand. He could play it in, put a Taylor down to the low hand size, and you definitely do not attack right now. If you attack, you put yourself in trouble. Like, you take another 6 damage, bring yourself to 140. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know. Once again, I don't know if that was my laptop, because I did bring my laptop to record. So we see Brandon getting that in. We will see a VS Seeker 4 in. Gonna get both players a new hand. Taylor gets 2 and Brandon gets 4. But man, I just feel like it's just over for Brandon, right? So we see Dark Energy, going to the Yveltal, we see N. I don't even know if I put the Dark Energy in Yveltal. You might just like load up the giant Yveltal in the active spot and just eventually take a knockout. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Taylor's gonna shuffle up, Brandon's gonna shuffle up, and what's gonna happen? Alright, so gonna get a good little shuffle, and what's gonna happen? What does the end do? Now we could see Taylor have a dead hand of like just 3 bad cards, and maybe just lose that way, which does happen in these decks, but she's got a decent deck size, right? Like, she has, yeah, maybe like 20, 30 cards. So Taylor's going to draw 3 cards. Brandon's going to draw 4. And we're going to see, Taylor's going to draw 2. Sorry, not 3. She's going to draw 2 because of the end, right? So, what does Brandon do? Does he attack? Or does he just pass? Like, I might just pass right now. But we'll see what he decides to do. I think you just pass right now, because if you attack, you just lose. And no, he's going to attack. Oh, no. I think that's a huge... Okay, so 100 damage going down to Greninja. And on Taylor's turn, what's going to happen? What does she have? There's a Water G, and a Splash Energy. Alright, so, yeah, Taylor could double Giant Water Skin and then Moonlight Slash for 80 damage for 200 that turn. So, it wouldn't even matter if he attacked or not. He was going to get bopped anyway. Oh, my goodness. Yep, that's 3 energies. We'll take it. Oh. So yeah, double Giant Water Skin and a Splash Energy to win the game. But guys, there we go. Taylor will become your Memphis League Challenge champion. Brandon, I think, unfortunately gets 3rd place. He does not even get 2nd place because of resistance. But guys, hope you enjoyed the series. Tomorrow we'll have these South Haven League Challenges, which is just right down the street from Memphis. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.